Right. Is it back? Is it alive? Yes. I think a little bit like Gordon, it might actually be alive. Fucking hell's bells. Fucking hell's anus deciding to get right up in your fucking face and fucking you solidly for at least half an hour. That's what you don't really want, but that's what keeps happening. Isn't it just? Isn't it just what keeps happening? The world just decides, no, I won't work. I don't like working. I'd much prefer to be an arsehole than actually fucking work for you. You fucking cunt. Why would I possibly decide to work for you? You're an arsehole. I hate you. I hate you so much. Anyway, back to planning this thing. Also, now I've got lots of chocolate in my teeth because whilst I was resetting the internet, I was chowing down on some chocolate bars. Right. So, the fundamentals I wanted. Chat box, Iron Man, Thor, Cap, Hulk, Miss Marvel, Black Widow, alert box. That should be every one of the Avengers currently in there. A little spare alert box and an area for a chat box, which equates to 8 things I need to consider, whilst also considering the screen as the main thing. So let's try and figure out what we want to try and do as a plan. Right. So I think now I've got to try and remember where all the things are in a screenshot of the game. So actually I can probably look up a screenshot of the game. Image. None of these are actual gameplay footage. Awesome. Thanks, YouTube. Google even. Yeah, you're very useful. Aha, that one looks suitably like it, yeah. I probably want to avoid that corner, but it's not going to make much difference. In fairness, actually, none of these corners are going to make that much difference if I trim the corners off. It's not going to be a huge issue. Right. Let's see. I'm still in the thinking phase, I'm afraid. The thinking phase is probably the most boring of phases. I kind of have an idea in my head. It's just figuring out precisely how I want to actually sort of do it is the crucial element. So, I'm wondering, yeah, I'm sort of leaning towards the idea. I've done this sort of one in the past where it's just sort of in the corner. And I think, to a certain extent, I don't know, in the corner should work again. I might change my mind, but it should work again. So we've got that, and then maybe what I could do is sort of have like that. Maybe straighten it up a bit. I don't know. Let's have a look at that sample image I had again. How was that sort of being done? Yeah, it's all. There's a bit of a sort of triangulation there. So maybe what I could do is triangle there to make that look a little bit different. Though I don't necessarily want them all the same size. Oh, well that's not an eraser. Interesting. Oh, actually, I see what I've done. I see what I've done. I've done what I always do, which unfortunately is stick the planning phase on the wrong bloody fuck's sake. Fucking video cunting assholes. Just Twitch? Or is this the whole thing being a piece of shit? No, apparently it is just Twitch. But I am beginning to lose my fucking temper. Which is good. It's good. Thanks. Thanks, world. Thanks for making me go, ooh, I think I'll do a thing. And then the world go, no, you will not do your fucking thing. We will not let you do your fucking thing. Why would we possibly let you do the fucking thing you fucking want to fucking do, you fucking dickhead? Right. So I'm thinking, now I'm on the correct layer, we'll carve out something like that. Obviously these lines will be straight eventually. And that can be my little... It'd be a lot easier if I plugged in the little tablet thing I've got, but you can't be bothered. I also don't necessarily have enough fucking USB slots, but never mind, that's fine. So that could be my little alert box, so little tiny, out of the way. And then if we have this at a... I mean, the start point and the end point are probably where I want it. But the end... that's too steep, that one. It's not quite what after. Just a little bit. So that it's not quite straight is the crucial element. And then... that definitely looks like it's... That would need the other way, wouldn't it? So if I did actually maybe do that... Both of those are definitely too steep, but I suppose I'll tell you what, oh yeah, should have thought of this method before. What you can do is you can sort of, if you know where you want your sort of areas, so I can go like that, and then I can go like that. That's the ticket, and then this actually allows me to do some straight fucking lines. Why didn't you think of that in the first place? Because I'm a fucking idiot. Don't you fucking question me. And now, what we want to do, ideally... Let's have another look at that reference image I was looking at. Yeah, so it kind of comes in as a... So it would be... like that. And then the idea would be that would be... something, but we don't know what. That's not a huge problem. So here, that was not a C. There we go. Chat. Okay. That's definitely going in a direction. So we've kind of... I suppose... Yeah, no. I'll do it on a separate layer. But... cross off chat and alert box. We just now need to figure out sort of in here. So what we'll do... Ah, Mr. Pants! This is the arts hole. Mostly because I found it hugely entertaining just naming something the arts hole. But it's basically me fiddling around with art and doing things. So I'm building an overlay at the moment and trying to figure out precisely how to build said overlay. Yeah, chat box, Right, so yeah, I think at this point, let's try and... I'm going to have to sort of trim a lot of these down, which is not necessarily going to be an easy task, nor a particularly sort of... it's not going to be an easy task, nor a pretty task, because I'm not exactly going to do it. I can't deny, I don't know of a particularly good, like, clever way of doing these efficiently. So I'm going to end up using my usual method, which is a feathered tool, such as this. This doesn't do that. So yeah, as I say, I would love to be able to do like a clever version of this, but I'm probably just going to do a sloppy sort of polygonal lasso. I just want to pop round. It's slow. It's slow, it's sloppy, and it doesn't really get the job done, so all in all, it is not... It's not a particularly good method, but it will just about suffice for what I'm after, I think. So I did try with the Iron Man one the other day. I was trying to find I suspect if I look up some tutorials, there might be some extra elements there that might help me, and I probably will at some point, but for this, I can't bother right now. As is so often the way, laziness trumps logic and decency. But yeah, I was trying to figure out a way of sort of darkening down, you know, creating like a black and white image and then using that as some kind of alpha template, but it just didn't black and white properly. You have a question, and I will get to the question in a moment once I've read it. These are always the issue with this method, is little bits of hair, because I can either just trim that bit off, which is exactly what I am doing, because again, laziness trumps decency, or you can try and actually go around some of the hairs. Some hair it's worthwhile going round, some hair it's like, nah, fuck that, I'm not going all the way around that fucking piece of hair there. The other thing I will just point out for anybody who's like a professional photoshopper, this is probably not the best tool for this job. The better tool would probably be the general lasso tool. I think you could probably get a better, if you had a steadier hand, that's the crucial thing. Because my hand is just all over the fucking place, it's easier for me to be able to click, locate the place I want to click the next time and click again. Whereas with the lasso tool, of course, you are doing sort of a constant line with it, and that doesn't tend to work well with my incredibly shaky hands. You would not want me to perform surgery on you, because my hands would probably butcher your insides with the blades. You would perhaps, however, want to be murdered by me, because it would be quick, because my hands would just shake away with the knife and stab, multi-stab. Multi-stab. If I knew precisely how much of Miss Marvel I wanted, I would probably be able to cut off some of this, but I don't know precisely how much of this image I want. I just know that I want some of it to appear as part of the overlay. But we'll have to wait and see. Doing a particularly shitty job around those fingers, but never mind. You'll note a lot of the time it's, well, this is a particularly shitty job, never mind. That is pretty much my mantra in doing all of these things. Did I do a shitty job about this? Yes. Oh well, never mind. Sometimes you have to just do a shitty job and then move the fuck on. That's the way, we like it. That's the way, we like it. Do 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 do. Oh dear, we went a little bit too far in. So I may end up with a little bit of our underarm disappearing, which again I'm kind of fine with. I'm not that fast. God damn, did you have to have like fancy fucking flowing shirt, dear? At this point we're getting bored. This is the other problem with the method, I suppose, is eventually you kind of just get bored and you start going, I could probably make a much bigger line sweep here, and then you don't get as decent a result. At this point I'm slightly concerned about losing, so let's do it that method will suffice, and then delete the other layer. There we go. Right, there we go. We've gotten roughly, we do want to deal with those little bits down there as well. Right, let's get to the question, since I've stopped on the concentrating part. I'm looking at the girl with a big hand and made me question for a sec that they're fucked up. Yes, I mean, she's a polymorph, is the official term they use for her. Essentially, I don't know how familiar with the old sort of superheroes you are, but it's very similar to Reed Richards in the Fantastic Four, if that's a better example point. Should be fine deleting that. Marvellous. And now... I haven't really seen much of it. I saw a discussion... What Culture were discussing it on one of their sort of little... you know, they usually react to all the latest video gaming news. And they were discussing the Prince of Persia trailer. And they were saying about how it's not necessarily the A-team doing it. It's a sort of little tiny studio who have... You know, theoretically, the idea is they've remade it. Sorry, that's the crucial detail. They have, technically, they are supposed to have remade the game. And as such, it's a brand new game, brand new experience type deal. But it does sound a little bit like that's not that's not quite what it's looking like, because it's not looking that great. I haven't really seen the trailer much of, but it's, you know, some say it's a remake of a PS3 remake. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. But certainly a lot of what their discussion points wound up being. And what's going to be the best way of doing it? I wonder if I can do this clever. I feel like there is a clever method of doing... Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine. Rasterize it, please. Rasterman! Let's just... I'll take a rough outline so it's not having to do too much extra calculations, but I do feel, and this is where it's definitely going to go wrong, because I bet it's not going to work. Nope, it did not work. No, not that one. No, definitely not. No. I mean, it's interesting, but not what I would want. Again, no. Screen didn't work. Light and colour. No. Nope. Did not do what I wanted to do. It does. Yeah, it does seem like they were suggesting that it just doesn't quite look like... Oh, yeah, I need to replace my keyboard. Oh, no, it's already back on United Kingdom. That's handy. Right. Again, it feels like... Once more, it feels a little bit like there should be a clever way of doing this. I don't know it, and that's the problem. So I think what we're going to end up doing is just doing the same looping round. Is it the... No, it's not Marquee Tool. I don't know the shortcut for that one. Any games I'm looking forward to? I don't know, is the honest truth. There probably is. But I don't know specifically what they might be. It's one of those ones where it's like, yes, it's highly likely that there's something. It's just I can never fucking remember them until like the last second, and then it's like, oh yeah, I wanted that. So I don't know. I'm just having a butcher's on the old. I suppose Cyberpunk. Yeah, Cyberpunk 2077. Not sure precisely when that's coming. It looks like around about mid-November. It's plausible that, of course, it would... Oh, Cyberpunk, you just questioned, and yes, I've just found it myself. And yes, assuming it does come out in November, yes, I am looking forward to that one. Watch Dogs 3 is an interesting one. I don't know, is the honest truth. I need to see more of it, because apparently they keep sort of kind of sticking out... Hitman 2? Hitman 3, surely. Because isn't Hitman 2 has already been and gone. Oh, is it Hitman 2 Part 3? Interesting. Okay. Weird, but fair dues. Yes, any Hitman game I should probably look forward to, but I do need to get round to doing Hitman and Hitman 2 as well. The old Star Wars Squadrons. That looks like it might be quite fun. First person, sort of having a go on the old... having a go with a spaceship. Pew pew pew. So any other obvious ones that are leaping out at me? Not on Steam at the moment. One, you know, not based on their exist on Steam. Outriders is another one that looks intriguing, but I'm also moderately convinced it's probably going to be shit. I think it's Square Enix again, which anything to do with Square Enix makes me go, "Oh yes, please." But that's because I'm a sucker for a Final Fantasy game. Whereas, you know, but Outriders does look quite a lot like it's going to be a little bit of a Destiny clone, and as such, I don't know. I've already just purchased the Avengers, which is a little bit of a Destiny-esque sort of shooty-looty, slightly annoying shooty-looty type fare. So the idea of possibly getting Outriders, which is going to be another one, does make me sort of go, no, I might not in the end. I might not. I keep meaning to look more into the Crash. Well, it's interesting. We've just discussed Crash, and then you've asked what the Avengers is like. When it's good and enjoyable. So the campaign mode was absolutely fucking fantastic. There is no denying that. There is no doubt in my mind that campaign was brilliant. The story mode I really enjoyed. The characters are fantastic. The feel of everything is brilliant as well. There is nothing I enjoy more. And now I must admit, I thought I was going to enjoy the Hulk the most, but I can't deny I have ended up being just an absolute fucking Iron Man fanboy, because the way you can just fly in, deposit a load of missiles, throw out the flares to stop counterattacks, and then fly off for a moment, turn around and do it again. It's so much fun. It is so much fun. But the game is riddled with bugs. I will show you one of the more amusing bugs. One of the amusing bugs is when your team duplicates. That's a fascinating one. Well, I think at this point we can pop round and delete that section. That's it. Slightly closer to him. But yeah, your team just can duplicate for no good reason, so you end up with not the character you're playing, but the rest of the team duplicates. So I had one mission where I think I was Captain America, so I think you had 2 Thors, 2 Hulks, and 2 Miss Marvels, all just running around doing the business, and it was like, this is weird. But the fact that they were all acting sort of independently of each other meant basically I just had a 7-squad team, which you're not supposed to have. You're supposed to only have 4-squad teams. But it's like, fine, I'll take it. But I don't. That's one of those ones where I really don't know how that happens. It's like, what the fuck? How does that even? How is that even a thing? How have they fucked it that much that they've managed to sort of have this crazy clone thing occur? But that's one of the, at least it's entertaining bugs. There are a good few, and I'll show off one other entertaining glitch. I shouldn't really. Shite. That's not what I wanted. No, yes, no, I know that. Undo that, so I've got that back. Thank you very much. Of course, yes, I know, world, I know. You need to rasterize the layer. You have not enough minerals. I mean, it probably has got plenty of great glitch content, but yeah. But the only other issue is it does crash a lot. It is quite unstable, and that's the sort of glitch that's unforgivable, because it's like, no, it keeps crashing. It keeps crashing. You need to fix this, developer. You need to make sure it does not crash. But there is a small argument that says, is it just your computer that simply can't handle it? And I can't, with any real, I can't 100% say, no, it's not my computer. It's your game.
but it does feel like it's their game, because I have seen other, you know, there's a lot of people online saying it crashes a lot, which makes me think, no, okay, it's not just me and my computer, it's the game just not being able to run in an optimized fashion. And that is, as I say, that's the bit they need to fix. The bit they need to fix is definitely figuring out how to not get it to crash. Other than that, as I say, the gameplay is quite fun. It is quite repetitive once you get past the campaign, which is a bit of a problem. Hopefully that, with a bit of luck, that's going to be solved once they unleash a lot more of the content. Once they sort of unveil the next chapters, I think the next chapter is going to be something to do with Clint Barton, I think is the real name. Hawkeye. I should have just said Hawkeye, to be honest. I don't know why I insisted on using his real name, but apparently I did. And good afternoon, Oni. I did see you there in the YouTubes. I just didn't quite get around to acknowledging you because I was on a bit of a flow of statements. Right, so we have a Thor. We have a Hulk. Of course, that's the other thing that's quite fun. Is there's a lot of like references to the film and stuff. So the films, just the films in general. Thor, Iron Man's one. Yes, Iron Man's here. So I particularly quite enjoy. Let's grab that up there. Whoops. Might as well get him roughly the size of the others. They're probably going to need a bit of size tweaking when I start trying to get them in their places. He's turned up on the old Twitchingtons as well now. So good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hey there, YouTube Oni. Hello, Twitch Oni. But yeah, I quite like. There's a line from Thor. If the Hulk ally gets knocked out and KO'd, that's the same thing. Knocking out and KO is exactly the same thing, you dumb shit. Yes indeed. If he goes down, you get Thor come in and go, "We don't have a Hulk," which I'm fairly confident, if my memory is serving me, is a reference to the line in I think it's Endgame. Or is it Infinity? I can never remember which way round the two films were. Endgame was the first one, wasn't it? So I think this was... Yes, it was Endgame then. The first of the two big Avenger movies. Right towards the beginning, I think there's a line in there where he sort of confidently is like, yes, but you don't know this. We have a Hulk. And of course, then when the Hulk goes down and Thor goes, "We don't have a Hulk," is of course a reference. One other thing I need to do on the Thor model, it is technically a 3D model, but it's not a 3D model in this exact situation. Blink. There we go. Just give him his arm, give him his full arm. Right, now we just trim round Iron Man. Trim round Iron Man. Oh, watch out. It's lucky his crotch is covered in iron, because I am here with a snipping tool. And he will not enjoy that. Go straight across there, and up his other leg. So yes, overall, I can't necessarily stop playing the game, which is probably a sign that it's quite a good game. But on the flip side, it does also have quite a lot of bugs that need to be squashed. And I don't know, like at the moment, I'm just about sort of holding on to the inclination of doing the grinding of the repetitive levels, etc. Because A, the gameplay is quite fun, and B, I do sort of, there is still currently mostly a purpose to it. But I fear if they don't release if they don't release an update that patches some bugs and release the next content wave soon. It's very much going to be one of those ones where I put it away and then I kind of forget about it, and then they'll go, yeah, but we've got this. Yeah, but I've moved on to another game, son. I've moved on to another game, so I don't really care about yours anymore. Which, if other people as well do that sort of mentality, it means their next phase of content is not going to work out well. And of course, if their next phase of content doesn't work out so well, then the follow-up phase to that is probably not going to exist. Because it's struggled, I think, with getting good reviews owing to the sheer level of sort of bugs and the sort of loot system and all of the sort of systems it's got around that loot thing. It's just it is sort of too much loot, really. Because what they could do with is a system where it perhaps takes you maybe a couple of levels to get some new loot, so that it feels like items are actually worth something. Because at the moment, it's basically practically after every mission, hell, after every fucking 5 seconds, you're sort of going, well, I will update this bit of equipment and trash that bit. I'll update this bit of equipment and trash that bit. So it's this endless cycle of sort of like just trashing the equipment. That way is going to be... that's awkward. But not a problem. I don't think it is a problem. Okay, it might be a problem. No, that was definitely the wrong button. Rasterize the layer. Yes. Now copy and paste it. Yes. Is you doing what I want you to do? You is doing what I want you to do. Good. Let's save it, since I was fluffing that all over the place. There we go, marvellous. Right, so we have ourselves an Iron Man. I am Iron Man. So I believe this one... yeah, that one's for my Captain America. This one's for my Black Widow. So let's shrink her down a bit more in line with the rest of the chaps. And Chapette, of course, in the form of Miss Marvel. Get you there. Let's have a little zoomy zoom. Oops, don't really need that window to be larger. Right. Zoomy zoom out a little bit so we can... right, let's get the rough shape. Oh, that's his belt. That's his belt buckle. Oh, in fact, yeah, all of that could go, but well, that's fine. Not a huge problem. She, unfortunately, because she stood in front of the Hulk, is inevitably going to have a green halo. Because of the way I'm doing this, but never mind. Right. She's slightly shifted, but she is still there. Good. Right, so at this point we're sort of in the kind of... because it's all dark, it's kind of mostly guesswork as to what I need to kind of trim round, but never mind. Especially here with the fucking staff things. So it's essentially guesswork at this point, but it should get me roughly what I want. But I do plan on doing a little bit of the Avengers game a little bit later. Hopefully, if it wasn't obvious, and it might not be from this, what I'm trying to do is build an Avengers overlay. And hopefully what I want to do is have at least the prototype of the Avengers overlay prepped and readied in the next hour or so. At that point I can then use it while I play the Avengers. The Avenger bus is coming from here to New Jersey. That's not the official lyrics, but New Jersey is featured heavily in the game. And that was the song Venga Bus by the Venga Boys, if you were unsure. The Avenger bus is coming. Will you come and ride it? I don't think you should be riding the Avenger past. But who am I to say? You can ride it if you like. We pop round. That should be viable to delete. Just trim down. Bloody hell's anus. Every time I think I end up on a fucking Thor layer by accident. Let's just double check I haven't deleted Thor. No, I have not. Marvellous. Would have been a nuisance. A flippin' nuisance. Right, once again, we're sort of in kind of guesswork territory here. Sort of pop out a bit for the belt and then sort of just follow what is an approximate curve of a back. Again, just sort of figure out the lines as best I can, essentially. There we go. I don't think there's any gap between her legs, as it were. Oh, that's the wrong. Right. Yep, here we go. Black Widow. Right, so we now have ourselves a Black Widow. Superb. Right, once we get Captain America. Or as you will see when I play the game, Captain Derpiker. Because that is the key glitch I want people to see. It is a key glitch to do with Captain America, and it is fucking stupid. I'll tell you what I might be best doing, because I don't really want that debris, so we come in and just sort of chop his legs off at about that point. That's the ticket, and now theoretically we can delete that layer. That was alarming, but entirely correct. Not quite what I was expecting to have happen, but it is, strictly speaking, the correct thing. Shall we? I tell you what, we will do a loop inside here. A bit tight around the fingers, but it should work out okay. As you can see, compared to when I started with Miss Marvel, I've gotten quicker and sloppier with these. Because I'm bored of clicking around with the marquee tool. And I know it's not the best of methods to just get bored of what you're trying to do. But hey, luckily, this overlay is entirely for me. So me getting bored and cutting corners makes absolutely zero difference. No difference whatsoever. Because it is just for me. And only like 3 people are going to ever see it, so it makes no difference how sloppy or casual it is. It just has to get the job done, and the job is to see, is that Captain America? Why, yes, that is Captain America. I must admit, that's the other key thing about the Avengers game. Is it does, each character does play rather differently, and that is rather entertaining, because Captain America is good fun. He is a good fun character to be, because he can sort of jump all over the place and then do his sort of throw out the shield, it bounces off of a load of people, and then you can that's going to have to be a copy and paste method, because I did it wrong, essentially. Yeah, that'll do. Captain America. So yeah, I mean, just flinging that shield out, and then you can either, you've got sort of 2 choices the way I've set him up. I think generally you kind of have roughly 2 choices. You can either sort of throw the shield out for a ricochet type thing and then kick it out for a second ricochet. So he does this little flip kick and it goes out again. Or you can sort of do a... what am I trying to say? Oh, you can sort of throw it, catch it, throw it, catch it, throw it, catch it. And if you do that, sort of a triple whammy very quickly, what you end up getting is a much sturdier throw each time. So I think he throws it normally on the horizontal the first time, and then he'll sort of catch it and fling it horizontal again quite quickly, which gives it a slightly better power boost. And then he'll catch it and fling it sort of vertical, and that can have you can choose different effects to have on that final vertical throw as well, which is quite nice. Right, so let's see. Let's just try and I'm going to do it fairly randomly. I don't have a specific idea of where to place them, so we'll just sort of place them roughly in the order they are here, perhaps. Iron Man. Do you know what? I think I want Iron Man there, because it will allow me to have Iron Man quite large, and as Iron Man is probably my favourite character in the game so far, him being quite large is not outrageous. So let's try and get these in some kind of order that's going to make picking them easier. So it goes Miss Marvel, Captain America, Black Widow, Thor, behave Thor, Hulk, and Moon. I am Moon. It's like Brew, but a man. I wonder if they've ever done. I need to look this up now. Have they done? No. I do want to search for Man. Thank you. Oh yes, they really have. Someone has made a riveted Man helmet made out of Brew cans. That's quite fun. Oh, there we go. That's a slightly better one. I'm not going to bother showing them on screen. I suppose technically I can probably, if I copy that, this will be an easy way of showing it on screen. There you go. Brew Man. The original and best. A man in a can. Hey. So they've replicated the sort of colours of Brew to make Brew Man. And I suppose the helmet was quite impressive as well. So let's have I'll show you the helmet. As it were, I'm gonna get thrown off a Twitch if I do that. There you go, the Brew helmet. So it's quite industrial, and as I say, made out of what appears to be, one would assume, Brew cans. Hey, bastard! I'm bastard Brew Man. How dare you ever do anything to me? Right, let's try and figure out what the fuck we're doing here. Okay. Right. Let's go back to my planning layer. No, that's not planning layer. That's the planning layer. That's the planning layer. Back to the planning brush. Come on, plan pony. Have you got a plan for me? Yes. Yes, Vince. You should do this. Right, let's just sort of, I don't know, arbitrary shapes at this point. Just to try and make it look a little interesting. Right, we'll try and just do random shapes. Like that. Maybe something like that. Yeah, it's not going to do too bad. So we have Iron Man in the corner, and then Hulk in here, in that corner, and then we have the little plan brush tool, please. So if we want to move Thor in a bit more, I think, because otherwise he's going to be a bit too far away. Unless, I'll tell you what might be better. Yeah, maybe she's a bit wider than Thor, so maybe exchange her and Thor. But then, I must admit, I don't know why, I just don't necessarily want, I'd like sort of, yeah, something like that maybe. Man, woman. I don't know why. For some reason that's in my brain as something I want, but no real good reason for it. It's just there in my head going, yeah, no, you should definitely try and do that rather than that. Right, so probably lowering you a little bit more. Cap might just shrink that alert box segment so that it looks all right there. Didn't really mean to exchange them. No, I suppose, yeah, you're going to kick up a fuss. I could just save it, but doesn't matter. Right, so let's do one actually lower. Miss Marvel, just duck your head down, dear. Duck your head down. What are you going to look like? Stupid, I think, aren't you? If I mirror you, it's going to look daft because it's not going to. Everything is going to. Okay, doesn't look quite as bad as I thought, but the logo. Crucial thing is the logo is going to be the wrong way around, I think. So yeah. Whoops! I didn't mean to step forward. No, step forward. No, right, fuck it. Then that's fine. Leave her the way she is, because I don't think fucking around with her mirroring is going to help matters. Alright, back to the planning phase. Stick the brush in. I suppose what we could do is maybe sort of. I definitely think they need to be lower. Cap's probably okay, but Thor and Black Widow, I think you all need to be a little bit lower. That's it. I don't necessarily mind going over the gameplay area too much, but I also don't necessarily want to go too over it. Yes, that line's, I suppose, technically. Bring that down there, and that's going to want to be a little closer there. That gives Iron Man a little bit more room to a certain extent, but then again, I don't know what I'm doing with that. So that's good. That's good. But if we focus on this for now, I know if you don't know what you're doing, just focus on the next bit and hope for the best that it all works out in the end. So extend that a little bit and bring that down as another sort of panel, and then we'll end up doing roughly like the same thing over and over again if I'm not careful, which is not specifically what I want. I want to try and make sure I'm doing sort of a variety of shapes to a certain extent. Oh, I think I can live with that. I think I can live with that. What I might try and do is just take. No, I won't do that. I hope you enjoy the muttering of someone trying to figure out what the fuck they're going to do, because that's basically what most of this is going to end up being. Right. So this bit's the issue here. Don't know what to do about that. And I suppose I technically could just bring in an extra little bit. Wouldn't necessarily be a terrible thing, I suppose. Maybe it'd be better to sort of come out a bit of an angle and then go back in, just to make that a bit more of a square, and maybe make that a little bit more, I don't know. It has ended up just being a little bit jagged rather than anything better than jagged, but apart from that, I'm not too. quite liking it. As I say, there's a little bit of sort of like little bits of dynamic, interesting shaping going on, but also a little bit sort of like just staggered. So I suppose, what can I do to make it look better? I don't know. I don't know if it needs to sort of quote unquote look better. I think it looks okay as it is. Yeah, I think it should be alright. Let's try and just reposition them slightly, because what I might try and do is I'll try and get them sort of just, I kind of probably want to try and get their heads about the same sort of size. That might look weird, but do I mind that looking weird? That's the crucial question. Do I mind that looking weird? Let's get that to fit the screen. Kind of, I would slightly like the hammering shot. That's why I've rotated him slightly, but I think there's part of me thinking that might look just peculiar. He looks slightly better like that, which I think means he'll potentially just have to not have his hammer, especially if, as I say, what I kind of want is possibly his head to be roughly the same size as the others. I suppose he could just poke up a little bit higher than her, or just a tiny bit of Mjolnir. Just a tiny bit of Mjolnir. The tiniest little bit of hammer. Or no hammer. No hammer for Thor. No, poor Thor has no hammer. Oh no. Oh no, Thor's disappearing. Why would you do this? We'll try and get a tiny bit of hammer in. That's it. Tiny bit of hammer. A little bit more hammer. Oh, a little bit more hammer. Right. I need to correct that. That's fine. Captain America should be bigger and bolder than perhaps some of the others. And we'll probably keep the entire shield intact there. So what I'll try and do is get the line running behind there and behind the shield. So basically just Cap's going to be absolutely on top there, I think. Whereas this one, I think I'll have the line running on top of his arm there, but behind his head there. I think that should look a little bit interesting. Like they're coming off of the page! Which is... Yeah. Did you giggle because you said the word come? Yeah. It's standard fare. It's standard fare. I always giggle because I say the word come. Yeah, I think she looks alright there. Oh, I've just realised, of course, I was using a border around the outside, so you're really only going to get a tiny, tiny bit of hammer. Absolutely teensy tiny bit of hammer. I'm sorry, but you're only allowed the tiniest bit of hammer. I think Hulk should probably be just hulking it out on top of all these lines, perhaps. Yeah, big Hulk. Big Hulk. And then Erdman. Erdman. Do. I am Erdman. I have an urn, and that's how I do things. With an urn. Oh, yes, I do things. See what we might try and do. He'll go under the Hulk eventually, but what I might do is have the line of his, for the head, cross over his head, and the line of the arm cross over that arm. That should look okay-ish. So yeah, I think we've got them roughly set up where I want them. Let's drop another little savey. Whoops! Ignore the rattling of stuff. Right, so I think in terms of our people, and I do this only as sort of catharsis, I suppose. Cross them all off because they're all in their right place. Yeah. Absolutely pointless act, I know, but sometimes the catharsis of you know, crossing off a list as you've done it is all you really need. Right, now the crucial thing, how to build the panels now. How best are these panels going to be built? I think it's going to have to be a box, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll work. Can't say for certain, but I think it'll work. Yeah. Right, let's... do I want to do it as an official box or an unofficial box? Unofficial box might be slightly easier. So what we'll do is we'll drop that there, and I'll just take, for now, I'll just take the entire line there, and now layer that, and for now let's flip that and grab, it's just a pink, just a bright fucking pink. That's it. That'll do. Right. So that is our panels box template. Let's try and use some decent. Actually, name some of these layers because otherwise I'll get very confused. Background. Oh, that background is actually kind of doing something, but I don't want it to be doing something, so I'll get rid of it. What I'll probably end up wanting to do. Yes, okay, let's. What I need to do is something like that. Then D that, X that, G that. And then probably that deleted. Kind of what I want, I think, yes, because when I had a stroke, oh yeah, I suppose it's because it's on the bottom, isn't it? That's the problem. Maybe try right this very moment, we'll try a free stroke inside. Yeah, I think that'll work actually. If I do all my strokes on the inside, that will allow the whole panel to be 15 pixels, which is exactly what I sort of wanted. So I pop that over the top. There we go. Yes. Yes, that should work out. Those guidelines might start getting in the way, but other than that, we're fine. Right, this is the box template, so we want to duplicate the box template. Duplicate the layer, and now we want to start trying to fiddle. Fiddling, fiddling, fiddling. Fiddling like that. I said fiddling, fiddling, fiddling. I said I was fiddling like that. Were you? Yes, I was fiddling, fiddling, fiddling. I was fiddling like that. Now, what's the easiest way of doing this, I wonder? Where's the fucking thing I want? Transform. Skew is what I at least want to test. Now, does skew... Is skew doing what I want it to do? I think fundamentally, yes, it is. It very much is. Can't see any fault with that. Let's try just copying that layer style, pasting it onto there so that we can see what that's doing for me. Yeah, eventually I want to make that white, but I think that's doing roughly what I want it to do. Maybe have to shrink those lines down a bit more, but yeah, okay. Let's try and just carry on. Oh yeah, that doesn't work, does it? I'm thinking of After Effects. I can't deny this might not have been the best idea. Then again, I mean, it seems to have worked. It's just, I think it's going to be awkward if I try and... No, it still looks about the right width. I'm now paranoid it's not going to work properly, so I think what we'll do is go back to our basic one, and we'll probably end up just keep using that in order to preserve some semblance of uniformity about the whole affair. Oh, will you please get the zoom. Thank you. Fuck you. Right. Get that there. Get that there. Get that set there. And I want that there, and I want that skew again. I really wish there was an easier way of getting access to that. And by that, what I actually mean is I really wish I knew the easier way of getting access to that. Right, I think... I feel like no matter how I do this next section, this is going to be awkward. But we'll see. We'll see roughly what we can do. That seems to have actually lined up surprisingly well. Yeah, I suppose it has just sort of snapped into place, which is exactly what I needed it to do. Zoom back in. Are you feeling sick yet? Because there's a lot of zooming in and out, which may promote motion sickness. I cannot guarantee it either way. I can't deny. I can probably do. Yes, all right. I know. Might be able to, and it might be slightly better if I lay off the fags, because suddenly I'm talking like a bloke who smoked a dozen a day. I'm not entirely sure why, but there you go. Skew that so it's back down to there. And now let's choose a random layer. That would have been preferably not that layer. What I need to do, I think, is get it skewed just a little bit further down. I feel like I haven't actually changed that, but we'll soon find out. Those two haven't really connected as well as I wanted them to connect. I don't know if this is definitely not the optimal method of doing this, I don't think. Especially because annoyingly. What does that shape out as? Yeah, okay. It's not the best it could be. I think. Especially the problem. Tell you what, let's start again. As is so often the way, it's always starting again. Let's now make sure that now should be able to line up perfectly this time. Now zoom back in. Just put that one pixel there. Bring the skew once again. Might be better. Yeah, it might make for a slightly harder angle if I do something like that. So at this point, yes, at this point that looks a bit more connected. Right, so what we want to do, I think, let's fill in some of those vertical lines, which means I want to duplicate that, and then rotate 90, and then let's try and actually get this to come down and be roughly where I need it to be. Right, it can sort of just pop off the end of the screen. That's probably because I'm assuming, are you working with YouTube library songs? Is that what you're up to? Because if you are working with YouTube library songs, most of the songs in the background for this are YouTube library songs that I've randomly sort of picked up. I must admit, I can't hear what song is playing at the moment because I've not got it. It's only in the background of the stream rather than in the background of my system. A bit of that should. I need to do some more a diddling, fiddling, a diddling, fiddling, fiddling, a fiddling like that. He's a diddling, fiddling, diddling, he's a diddling like that. Yeah, that should work out. Yeah, I must admit this may not be the most efficient of methods to do this, but I think it's going to work through. So I rotate that 90 degrees again. Use it to move it, shrink it, move it, shrink it. There you go. Now, yeah, something like that. I suppose we're going to have to shrink it down again. I can't precisely remember what search terms I used to find them all, so it might just be, it might be fluke that you're using similar design songs, or it may wind up being a bit more of a case of skew that a bit more. Skew, bunny with brew, cup of Devon grub. I wonder if it'd be better served like that, or would it be better to keep like that, or would it be better to do that? No, I think maybe just a little bit intersecting the shield. That's it. Funky fresh beats, exactly. Right, back to this one. Duplicate the layer. Once again, we rotate. Nope, that's not what we wanted to do. Well, I suppose it will do technically. 90. Whoop, no, not 901. You stupid bastard. What I wanted to do, yeah, no, 80 is no good for me either. 90, there we go, thank you. Thank you, 90, thank you. Go away now. Right. Shrink it, move it. Shrink it, move it. There we go. Right, we want it roughly like that. So that ideally, let's get the skew going. I suppose, yeah, okay, it's going to be easier not to do. Okay, let's just say yes. Say yes to that. Now shrink it down a bit more. Say yes to that, that'll do. And now skewing time is here again. It's here again, it's skewing time. So I can just sort of erase anything I don't want. If it's poking, no, that's the wrong skew. Could you stop skewing now? Now it's skewing time again. Fine. Fuck's sake, that's not the skew I want, world. That is not the skew I want. That's the skew I want, thank you. So yeah, yeah, I think I'll stick to the original design and just lop off a bit of that other line there. That shouldn't be a huge issue. And now back to this one, duplicate the layer. Oh, what have I done? I don't know, but stop it. Whoosh, and try and locate this one in its appropriate position. Appropriate-ish at least. Right. I mean, just something like that will probably suffice. A couple in, couple away, that's it. There we go. That's probably good enough. Good enough, rarely is. Fuck off. Oopsie daisy. Do a little angle like that. Perfect. And we bring in one more. With feeling once more. Shrink you down. Line you up. Actually need to slightly extend you. I suppose I'm going to have to agree to that length at least until I zoom in. So take it. That please. And pop, 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 pop. Yeah, that should do nicely. And we should be able to skew that pleasantly enough. Delightful. Yes, this is actually coming along reasonably well. Not perfect, but it's coming along reasonably well. Transform 90. Back to the old move it, shrink it, 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 move it, shrink it. And now we want that located probably around about there. Extend it out like that. And now skewed once again. Not there. That skew, please. Thank you. There we go. Perfect. Can't deny, I feel like I am wondering if rotations would be better than skews. I feel like they are doing what I want. It's just, I don't know. I'm going to just test a theory. Whoops, that's not part of the theory world. That's not part of the theory. So I need this to be roughly the same angle as that. They look roughly parallel there. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think skew's doing the job I need it to do. Yeah. Doesn't look like it's causing, well, now it's causing issues because I've dragged the wrong line. Get in the centre, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, I think skew's doing the job, that's fine. I'm alright with that now. Now I've confirmed that, we can move on with confidence. Right, duplicate that layer. Yes, please. And now, yes, what we need to do, I can't deny it, at this point, rotations might prove slightly easier. Although, well, let's see what that's going to do. Yeah, that's alright. So we want one running something like that. Might as well cover that as best I can. Perfect. Now, I probably need to get rid of the Hulk's face in a moment. Hulk, could you just remove your face? Thank you. Iron Man, could you remove your everything? Thank you. Perfect. That's the one issue we're going to have. That's now set in its ways. Am I that fussed that it's pushed right off the edge? No, can't say I'm 100% fussed about that. Yeah, that'll be fine. Right, duplicate that. Bring that in. Now is the rotate tool. We'll probably do nicely for what I'm after. Drag that down to intersect with that. There we go. Yeah, I think so. Duplicate you. I only need you about half the size you currently are. Maybe less, I would think. Rotate you. Now I need you to sort of intersect with all of those lines. That's it's actually not bad. Yes, I think this intersection is going to end up being quite awkward because I did it wrong in the planning stage, but never mind. We'll be able to figure something out, I'm sure. Duplicate. Shrink it down significantly. That's too significantly. It's fine. That's about the angle I'm after. Crucial element is that I wind up getting it sort of interlocked with that line, which I think is going to prove significantly more awkward than is necessary. Almost perfect. Try something like that. That should work. Yay! Duplicate another one of these lines, cause that's all you can do. Duplicate all the lines forever, it's all you can do. Duplicating so many lines, it's starting to take the piss. Why do you need quite so many lines? Well, it's 'cause I'm building a comic book panel. And the one key thing about comic book panels is they've got a lot of lines. Come along. Oh, that's because it was failing to catch up. Oh, once again I've fucked it. There we go. It should now work the way I want it to do. I think we want slightly... I can't skew the chat window, so what I want to do is make sure the chat isn't necessarily skewed too much now. That's it. That should work. That should work the way I want it to work. I do believe. Yes, I think that's looking rather nice. Just a couple more duplications. Just a couple more duplications. Couple more duplications. Because when you're... Whoops. Because when you're duplicating, you know that you're... you know that I'm thinking of you. So carry on duplicating. Carry on duplicating. Because when you're duplicating, you know that I'm thinking of you. Now, I wonder, suddenly I'm wondering if I can do something devilishly clever. What are the odds of me being able to do something devilishly clever? I feel like the odds are slim. But I might be able to do something devilishly clever. Yeah. These are all awkward images. Plus, I suppose it's not going to be universal, is it? No, okay. Scratch devilishly clever. Go back to random and hope for the best. That's better. That's more your style. Devilishly clever isn't really your thing, is it? No, not especially. Devilishly clever tends to be for other people, not me. I tend to find devilishly clever quite difficult. No. Luck, though, sometimes. Although, having said that, it needs possibly just a little nudge that way. No, okay, it doesn't. Maybe a nudge that way? No, it really doesn't. I think it, in fairness, it's sat where it's going to sit the best, whether I like it or not. Right. Now, get rid of that. And now, what I think I need to do is if I put... I'm going to put... I don't know what I'm going to do. Wait for it. Something clever will come out of this in a moment. Right, what I want to do is stick them... No, what I'll do first, duplicate them. Get rid of that. Now I'm slightly confused, but I think we've got a good marker there. Merge them all together, that's the ticket. And now, theoretically, if we stick them in a folder, so panel lines template, and these are the actual panel lines. Right, there was one thing I should have done first. Yes, I should have done that first. Yes, I should have done that first. That's just a fact. That is a fact. I should have done it first. I didn't do it first. Bollocks. Alright, which one is it? That's not what I wanted to do. What did I do? Hopefully that undid it. If it did anything. I don't think it actually did anything though, so... Finding the right line, not that one. Finding the right line, not that one. I'm running out of fucking lines. I must be able to find it in a moment. Right, at this point... yeah, that'll probably do it. Just... what? That's the wrong tool. That's the tool I'm after. But dink, 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 dink. And delete. That's the ticket. There we go. Superb. Right, this time... now I'm ready, I can duplicate, yes, now I can merge, yes, take them out of the folder so I can shrink the folder, get rid of the test, and this is now the final lines. So let us diddle with our stuff. Right, what we want is a nice bold white. What we also want is a nice stroke on the inside, I believe. No, yes, I said inside. A stroke of 3. Is that going to work? No, not quite going to work, because we've got some oddities. Well, we've got one oddity. Okay, that's fine. We can probably solve the one oddity somewhere along the line. So I wonder what that's going to be caused by it not being together enough. And I don't know precisely how I'm going to solve that problem, but I'm sure I can. I can't deny it. Let's get rid of all the other shit distracting the whole situation. Just have that, perhaps. Just to add a bit of colour to work it off of. Right, I have discovered one other issue. I think I need to clear those fucking guidelines. They're proving more of a nuisance. I suppose actually I could just clear the showing of them rather than clearing them altogether. Right, let's see. So I'm not entirely sure what's happening there. Yeah, definitely not sure what's happening with that line. I wonder why that line's gone funny. Interesting. Well, turns out this method might not have worked as well as I was hoping. Centre or outside? I mean, outside fixes most of the issues apart from that one. I can't deny, I can't fully understand what would be causing that issue. I can just about understand what's causing that issue, I suppose. What's an issue there? Peculiar one. And figure out how best to solve some of these problems, I suppose. Yeah, I definitely don't understand that. See, it is just... Oh, that's not what I want you to be doing. So to a certain extent I think we can live with that. That one I should probably try and improve upon. So let's go back in our planning panels and find the line we need to adjust for this bit. No, that's not the one. That's the one. Right. The easiest way of doing this is going to be just that. That should solve that peculiarity. Now, this is ideally why you should probably name your lines, but you know. Nobody ever accused me of doing the right thing. Right, so that one I just don't really fully understand what's happening with that one. I suppose the easiest method perhaps is to just redo it and see if we can get a better result. I suppose to be made for the idea of that being tantamount to insanity, because you're just doing the same thing again, hoping for a different result. But yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. We now have a new junction there. Now the other one that was causing an issue, rather peculiarly, was this one. Can't see him because I've not got the fucking select tool on. That's the one. Again, I suppose it does have a bit more of a sort of feathered edge, which difficult to know precisely why it would have done that, but I suppose the easiest method again is to just have another go and hope it improves the second time you try it. I'll use the rotation method this time. I can't deny it, it's probably where I've just slightly misclicked and slightly fluffed it, which is never... Which fucking one was it? It was this one. With a bit of luck, that should serve as a replacement. I just have to find the original and get rid of it, and hope it does resolve my issue. It's not quite resolved my issue just yet because it's a little bit shitter. Position something like that. That should work. Right, let's try and figure out any other issues we've got. That one kind of resolved itself by doing it on the outside, which shouldn't be too troublesome to replicate. No, I think I'll crack at duplicate and merge. No, outside of the... There we go, thank you. Right, once again, white colour overlay and a free stroke. That one's gone strange again. Why? Something to do with the background? I don't think it is, but is it? No. No, for some reason. Why? Something to do with the angle? I got nothing on why it would be doing... Why are you being strange? Why are you being strange? No, give me the fucking layer options, haven't you? Yes, you can see it's got a sort of... Just like that it seems to have a funky stroke. I wonder why. I wonder what it is about that one that's proving troublesome. And now you really are. Now you really are heading dangerously towards insanity territory, because you're about to do it again, aren't you? I am. I'm about to make the exact same mistake a second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time maybe. I've already used the slightly... Because previously I'd been rotating them, hadn't I? So what we'll try and do is we'll try and utilise the skew rather than the rotate, see if that makes any real odds. I mean, it shouldn't. Absolutely fucking shouldn't. But at this point, I don't know what else to do with it, because it's just not doing what I want it to do. Unfortunately, at this point now, we're having issues lining it up properly, which is not the best of news. Something like that. Something like that should suffice. So, if at first you don't succeed, just sort of keep having a crack at it and see if you can just get it to not be shit. Ah, sage advice. Sage advice. Hey, there you go. If at first you don't succeed, just keep ploughing away, doing the same thing over and over and over again, desperately hoping that the world will in fact let it work. Despite the fact that it definitely shouldn't. Whoa there. No, I don't need... Why are you doing that? Every now and again you just do weird things. Right. Now, here's where we have a slight dilemma. Yeah, that's not going to be what I want. How to best get those to line up and ideally intersect, I suppose. I don't know. Also, I don't know about this stroke we've got. Centre? Centre doesn't quite do it, although having said that, centre at 6. No, centre at 6 definitely doesn't do it. Let's put that back to... I think for now, let's put that to inside 3 again. That seems to be the best one, but still not quite what I'm after. Right, solutions to the next issue. Tell you what, let's put some of these elements back in. You can see roughly what we're after there. Yeah. Not necessarily the best, but not necessarily the worst either. I think that what I need to do is we do want that on the outside. But what we'll have to do is... Am I able to shrink that? I suppose... Assuming it's calculating this from the inside, what we want to do is make that... What is it at the moment? 960. Oh no, that's the ref... Right. Oh, oh, shit, it's in percentages. That's going to be awkward, isn't it? So it's actually the easiest way. Let's put those rulers back on, I think, anyway. This might not be the easiest way, but it's certainly the way I'm going to end up doing it. Show... new... Can I not have a new guide? Oh, I can't do that because it's currently in there. View, new guide. Right, so if we're working along the vertical, we want it just set at 3, right? Yes. I'm very much not convinced by this, but oh well. Now, okay, let's double check the controls for this. No. Alt. That's the control we want. So stop doing that. Now zoom right in. I could do with like it not being a piece of shit is the optimal, but sometimes you just don't get that. Where's the... see, this is why I need the fucking... Sometimes these things are sent to try your patience. Okay, I think that's worked. And now what I'm going to do is new guide, horizontal, and 3 pixels should work again. And now that mixed with the Alt key, no, that mixed with the Alt key should bring that to match the guideline, which brings them both in by the 3 pixels that I needed. get rid of those guides again so that we can actually see things. Yes. Okay, that's the first of my problems resolved. So that's not terrible. It's not the best, but it's not terrible either. Right. So at this point, let's rename that layer. And now let's shove that right at the bottom because I won't need that. Right, and at this point, this is the point where I need to start figuring out. So let's duplicate all of them and then put the old ones in a nice little folder. Little plan folder there. And now what we need to do is pop them ideally over the panels for now. And at this point we want to sort of figure out where we want to start trimming and how best to actually do the trimming. Yes, the trimming's going to be awkward. So Hulk just straight up wants to be on top of every single element. That's it. Good Hulk. Apart from the outer line, which I think needs to be present as the big bold outer line. Now, her head I wanted above the line, but her arm I wanted below the line. So let's try and work on that. Now, I think the best way of doing that is going to be... Is that the button I want? Yes, it is. Right, now, theoretically, that's not really a brush I would want. A fine line is not really what I want. No, I mean, I just want a sort of bog standard brush, really. What's that going to do me? That's not too bad. That's not obviously what I wanted to erase, but it's certainly not going to be terrible. I wonder if this will work. Yeah. Fuck. I mean, every now and again, Photoshop throws you one line that will not cooperate for ages. And then, every now and again, Photoshop will throw you an absolute fucking bone and it'll just instantly work and do exactly what you want it to do. It's not always friendly, but sometimes flipping out. Well done. Well done. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, world. Right, Urnmurn. Now, let's try and get Urnmurn sorted. So, really, Urnmurn, what I said about was clipping the top of his head off. I'll put one of them on again. And this time, once again, back to the brush and just boom, to boom. That might have been a bit close that time, but that's not a humongous issue. You can just have another crack. There you go. That's nice. That's a good one. Right, temporarily, I'd like you to disappear, Hulky. Now, what we want to do is just cut a line across there, and then we can just make his legs disappear, just like that. Let's make Iron Man's legs just disappear, just like that. And now we can bring Hulky back. Hulky boy. Hulky boy. Hulky boy. Oh yes, it's Hulky boy. Right. I think we probably want to do a little bit of Thor diddling, as many a person I think does, of course. Many people would like to diddle Thor. I mean, look at the man. Look at him. That's too far that way. That's about right. Shave a little bit closer each time. Yes, that'll do nicely. Right. It's a little bit too uniform now with the whole everybody's head is just above the panel, but I don't know. That one's worked nicely. Where you've got the hand disappearing but the head outside the panel. I'm just wondering, maybe let's cut that shoulder off of Hulk. That's trimmed a little too close. Just gave your shoulder a little bit too much of a trimming there. That's it. There we go. But I think, yeah, in fact That actually looks much better than the way yeah, I like that. I'm happy with that. Right. And the rest of them are just sort of there in delightful fashion. Yeah. It's not the best work I've ever done, but it's not bad. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. So at this point, let's try and see if there's a easy fix here. I am wondering if I can just do an easy fix. I feel like though, no matter what I try and do here, yeah, that's inevitably going to be too large a brush. I suppose technically speaking, maybe the 14. We'll go just slightly under. And just go pop, pop, pop. I think that's going to be the easy fix I wanted it to be. It's not the most optimal and perfect way of doing it, but sometimes what is quite nice, although having said that, that's going to be an issue, isn't it? Captain America, have you ever considered not being a dickhead? Yeah, so that's not going to work the way I want it to work now, which means that might be the one line I can't do, making this plan slightly shitter than is fully optimal. Just a little bit more off there, just a little bit more there. Yeah, that should be right. There, touch there. Little touches. Little touches. Don't you touch me, even if it's only little. I don't want you touching me. Little touches. Little touches. Little touches. Little gentle spritzing with the white. Gentle white spritzing. Oh, that was too rough. That was a rough spritzing. I'll step back just a little bit. I think that. Get rid of that a little tiny bit. There you go. Gentle spritzing. Cool. So yes, here we've got this one problem child. I must admit, what I might do. This is going to get even more complicated than I would like it to, but nonetheless, right. So at this point, what we can do is ditch Captain America for now, and go back to just spritzing our white on. I'm tempted, yeah. If I ever come back to this and need to make improvements, this is going to make no sense to me, but it is now called the white spritzing layer. Alright, now at this point this suddenly gets a bit more complicated, which, yay, complicated. So what I kind of want is I want the shield to be over I divoted it too much. I think what I'm going to need to do, gotta get closer to the sun. So that's not quite close enough. That's more like it. So if we go close there, and then we can get rid of that bit. Get rid of that bit, and now closer to the sun. Now we just need to sort of gently tease around the shield. Oh, you like that, didn't you? You like that cap, didn't you? person gently... Oh, yes, I do like that. Oh, that works. Oh, I've just realised I have to do that with Thor now, don't I? That way you can get a little bit more hammer. A little bit more hammer out of him. Squeeze a little more hammer out of Thor. Come on. I've just teased Cap. Now I want to squeeze a bit more hammer out of Thor. Unfortunately, that does make it more complicated because I need to remove more of this, but I should be able to. Assuming... Are you going to default to being on that layer? I hope so, because otherwise it's going to be very awkward. Good, I think you are. I assume you are, yes. Oh. Oh no, I got rid of too much hand there, didn't I? Now it's just a lump in the corner. It wasn't the best of decisions. No, so yeah, what I need to do is not take the hand. So I need to just tease the hand and then whoop. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I think I must have pushed control, I think, by accident. Not a problem. Well, at this point we can just go straight across. That's lovely. Ditch that, ditch that, ditch that. Now... What the fuck can't we? Fucking stupid machine. Yeah. I think I might need... Now, this is going to be very complicated to try and fix. Yeah, I'd need more... I need more hammer from you, Thor. I need more hammer from you. Could you give me more hammer, please? So we've shrunk him down a little bit so we can get a bit more hammer out of the fella. Now, you may be thinking, how the fuck are you going to do this? This looks like an absolute mess. Well, this is where smart photoshopping comes into play. Do you want to see a magic trick? How to restore Thor in 2 easy steps? You go like that. Oh! Whoa, what is this? He's magically restoring Thor. My god. Literally, he is my god. How the shit did you do that? It's not that complicated, truth be told. I'm making a bigger deal out of it than is entirely necessary. Right, just tease around there again. That's it. And then sort of tease in there. I might need to go in. Oh, that's too much. That's too much. You've teased him too much. Yes, I have rather. We just want to cut across there. That's it. But yeah, it's not a complicated trick. It is just you're being a troublesome truck, Thor. And by truck I mean fuck. You're being a troublesome fucker. It doesn't look terrible like that, but the end of the hammer just has it a bit too... It's just a touch too sort of uniform in sort of its shape. So I think what we need to do is restore... Whoops. No, restore. That's it. Restore a bit more of the hammer. That's it. There we go. I've restored a bit more of the hammer. Anyway, the method I'm using is this little, whatever it is, I can't remember what they're fucking called, vector mask. So essentially, anywhere that's white is the image, anywhere that is black is not the image. So if you need to restore an image, you just paint on white and it comes back. If you want to get rid of a piece of the image, you just paint on... see, yeah, I need a much smaller brush there. May even have to go down to the micro level of 1 pixel here. I'm using a 1 pixel brush. So I can just... God no. Just need to... No. Well, I think maybe... Get rid of the hardness, although that, I can't get rid of all the hardness because... we're looking at Thor, of course, there's a bit of hardness. the key thing is I need a little bit of anti-aliasing. Oh, whoops, I've gone too far again. Too far, much too far. There we go, that's it. Now we can probably go up a little bit back to that. And now we can probably get away with went a bit too close. You went a bit too close, son. You're a bit too close. There we go. I'm just trying to round out the handle so that it looks possibly like it's a bit more naturally set there. Oh, I can't deny, it's not perfect. It's not perfect. But it'll do. It will do the job. And that's all I'm really after at the moment. I think I'll keep her hand not outside. I'll tell you what I might do. There's a part of me wondering, with Hulk's other fist here, if we bring that outside of the barrier, it will require more fiddling, but oh well. Fiddling like that. Right. No, that's not what we wanted. Right, ideally, what we want is to just no, that's just a white paintbrush now. What I want to be doing is on the vector layer base. That again, no, that is the vector layer. Good. So I was just fiddling with a white paintbrush again. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, Hulk can just sort of be holding. Hulk is essentially at that point holding the entire frame up. He is the man in charge of holding the overlay. So he's just like, "Ugh, God, will you hurry up and play the game, because I can't hold this forever." You can. Just be angrier and you'll be stronger. Okay. I like it. Which is handy. Very handy indeed. Right, let's save it, considering I like it. Now comes the next step. And what, pray tell, is the next step? Little backgrounds. But I know roughly what I want to do for the little backgrounds, so it shouldn't take too long, I don't think. Which is fortunate, because it's way later than I'd intended. This has taken, I suppose, I don't know, what was I honestly expecting? I was trying to build an overlay, an entire overlay from scratch. What were you expecting? I was expecting it to go a little earlier than this, but there you go. So, let's try and work some things out again. Let's go back to my... If you've never watched Jazza, I would highly recommend watching Jazza, because he's quite entertaining. Right, colours. So, obviously, very obviously, green. That one's a no-brainer. Thor's a bit more troublesome. Cap, we can probably go with a blue. That was an awful E. That's so awful, I need to redo it. I mean, it's not exactly like I'm trying to make neat handwriting here, but fuck me, mate, fuck me. Sometimes there are limits. So, Black Widow is usually... Although having said that, Black Widow... Yeah, it could just be black, couldn't it? Black! Like the black of the, sketch. So if we go with black for you, that actually solves... That L is pathetic, isn't it? Let's add a little bit more L there. Thank you. There we go. So that adds a little bit more obvious choice available for you. Now, I can't deny it, in that outfit that I chose of her, it's not obvious, but most of her colour, most of her colouring in her sort of actual superhero suit. Well, I suppose what we could do, yeah, because she uses the symbol, we could go yellow there. Ah shit, he's already got sort of a blue. Well, I'll tell you what, Thor, I think you're going to have a slightly different shade of blue with your cyan, because he uses sort of a he does call down a cyan type lightning and has a lot of cyan type stuff all over him. So yes, that'll do nicely. The chat one, if you can read that, it says great. If you can't read that, entirely understandable. And I think maybe grey for that one as well. Okay, so that's our colours planned out, I think. It's a shame we've kind of got 2 blues and 2 essentially yellows. Oh, I see. I never used the red after all. I mean, a lot of her accents tend to be red. So maybe red would be better than the black for her, because then especially it would punch the model out a little bit more, wouldn't it? So I started a new layer there that I didn't really need after all, so merge those two together as one single planning layer. So that doesn't solve the problem of having 2 blues and 2 yellowy colours, but it does solve the idea of her, you know, being punctuated a little bit more out and about there. Hey, oh, what you doing? Oh, what you doing, son? I don't know. I don't know. I do not freaking know. For now, let's just start on trying to get them, because I think this one is definitely going to be a red, so that's not a problem. Now, hopefully, what we can do is something very clever. Okay, not quite as clever as I would like, but nonetheless, I feel like we can do something clever here. So what we're going to do is use that wand tool, please. No. Okay, no, we probably can't do something clever. Okay. Alright, let's do something not clever, but functional. If you can't do clever, then just do functional. It'll fucking do. Right, at this point it doesn't matter what colour I push on there. All that really matters is it goes underneath that. There we go, perfect. And now what we want to do is fiddle around inside here. So we want a pattern. Yeah, I'm fairly certain I want the pattern. Yes, here we go. A lot of the game, if you were unaware, has distinct sort of hexagon based stuff. Mostly it's the aim symbol, but in the loading screen you have this sort of hexagon style thing. So that is what I'm going to do. Yeah, that'll do nicely. And now the colour overlay. What we're going to do, I want to do is sort of probably a darkish red for her. Probably something like that. And now let's just play around and see which one feels the best. So darken, that would mean black with the red. That doesn't look too bad. That does not look too bad. I don't know if I'd be able to get... Oh, there. No, I don't like that. But apart from that, it's fine. Like that. Oh, now that's not too bad. That's more what I was expecting. The vivid light might work. So far, I think I prefer the black with the red lines. So I think that vivid light. That's it. Vivid light, I think, worked quite nicely. And then what I might try and do is just darken it a touch more. Yes. So I think that works. What can we possibly do? I feel like if I try and do this, this is going to end up looking a bit shit, but still. We can give it, yeah, I can actually live with a bevel and emboss. I almost always use a bevel and emboss. I probably abuse the bevel and emboss. In Photoshop, no end. You will probably see every single fucking thing I do in some way, shape or form features a bevelin emboss, which is kind of stupid, but I can't help myself. I don't... Problem with doing the glow is I don't like it for the most part. I don't like the stroke either. I think I might just leave it with the bevelin and emboss, and then what I might try and do is copy that onto... Let's test it on each of them individually and slowly. So yeah, it just gives them a little bit of depth. I think that'll work nicely enough. Moon needs it. And now just Miss Marvel, where are you? There you are. It's the last star. That should be everybody. Yeah, it looks like you've all got a bevelin emboss on you. The key thing is I don't think, with these ones that are on top, I don't think the glow's going to work the way I would perhaps want it to work. Then again, maybe the glow will work. What did we say for you? A nice little sort of cyan. That's more green than cyan. But then again, if your background's going to be cyan, that might not work. I can always get rid of it. But, so we'll leave that for now. What we'll do is we'll copy it though and place it on everybody else. And again, I can always get rid of it if need be. That's it. But what I will want to do, starting with Black Widow, is grab that outer glow and change its colour to something more appropriate to the character, which for her I think is going to be the red. Is probably fine, although I think a lower amount is probably necessary for her. I think it's because Thor's tiny. I see now. I had a slight prediction that that was going to be the problem. You can see it's glowing not where I want it to glow. Now, I don't know precisely how fussed about that I am, but I don't know quite how bad it does look bad. No, I don't like that. Okay, that's fine. As specified, it's very easy to go in there and get rid of that outer glow. Going to take a moment or two of time, but nonetheless it is easy enough to pop in and remove the outer glow. Outer glow. Get rid of it. Hulk is the final one to get rid of his outer glow. No, don't rename the thing. Get rid of your outer glow. Superb. Right. Have another. We'll continue playing. We'll continue playing with Black Widow. Oh, isn't she like it? Inner glow perhaps might work. Yeah. Could possibly live with an inner glow. Certainly on you. Let's try it on Thor. So, I mean, he seemed to need about... Oh, that's an inner shadow, not an inner glow. There we go. So we wanted cyan for you. That's a bit too much. Slight issues at the bottom there again, where I've trimmed things. I think they are proving slightly problematic, but not too bad. Don't know if I like it or not. That's part of the problem. I don't know if I like it or not. Sticking in a glow on you. About 10's been working for everybody else. And for you, we want more of a solid blue rather than a shaded blue. That's not terrible. Let's try Hulk. Inner glow. About 10. For you, let's go a nice gamma glow green. Sort of the straight line that crops up on those ones is not the best, but it's also not. It's not 100% at the moment necessarily something I'm gonna definitively go, no, I can't do that. It's disgusting. Bordering on sort of slightly closer to orange for him. And finally Miss Marvel. Well, I say finally Miss Marvel, I think that's finally Miss Marvel. Dan, and then a nice, far more of a sort of brighter yellow for her. Like that. Let's have a look. I may end up changing bits and pieces to do with that, but I think for now, I'm okay with that glow. I'm okay with it. As I say, a little bit of trouble where they sort of intersect the bands there, where I've had to diddle around with their images, but otherwise, I think that's okay. So, right, at this point, what I'm going to do, Black Widow BG, that'll do nicely. Next new layer, let's do Cap, because he's a nice simple, nice bold American blue, making for a rather nice simple thing. The easiest thing is probably copy, paste the layer styles, superb. Now all I need to do is change the colour overlay colour. Nice bold. Oh, we're gonna have to be adjusting that a little bit more as well, but still. Yeah, no, okay. That's could be a problem, but we'll soon find out. There we go. So the darken works nicely for what I want. A couple of the others, darker colour seems to work nicely. Sort of more. I think I'll stick with the black hexagon with the sort of lighter lines. So yeah, darkened colour seems to have worked nicely enough. I think I can. There may be a rotation somewhere, but I don't know where it is. We'll probably stick to just being there. That's fine. Captain America BG. Next up. We might as well go now in sort of order, roughly at least. We'll hop into Thor. Are you Thor? No, not anymore. I got some ointment. Quality gag. Alright, and now Thor was supposed to be cyan, so oddly enough, we saw that nice dark blue winds up giving him a really shit version of cyan. Okay, let's try. Oh no, that's horrible. That is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. There we go. I think what we're going to want is, yeah, I think darkened colour is probably going to be the best bet. A bit too green, I think I've made that. A bit too close to green. Well, I haven't said that. No, I think we can. Yeah, something a bit more. Still looking a bit green. With the different layer styles again and see if we can get a better one, but no, I think that one should suffice. Right, next up, Miss Khan, aka Ms. Marvel. Started that way off target, but never mind. Oops, That is not the button I wanted. That is the button I wanted. Place the last arm. And now ideally we want something a bit more sort of for her we were going for quite a bright yellow rather than this. That's it, that's a nice yellow. We just have to, that's a horrible combination of that, but darker colour seems to work nicely. That's it, that'll do. Yeah, it's alright. So, model BG. Next up. Next to come on down is the Incredible Hulk. Pressed it. Hulk BG. Come on. Come on, do what I need you to do, thank you. And again, just a nice, as gaudy as you can get, nice gamma green. And once again, we probably want to go to the darker colour, that's it. Superb. Did that not work? No, it did not, okay. Dink, dink, and dink. And then we have... oh boy! Iron Man. I am Iron Man. Do 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 do. Too orangey. Yeah, something like a little bit darker. Darker colour, yeah. It's sufficiently different yellow to that. It's not quite as necessarily gold as I would perhaps want, but again, I can make improvements and adjustments if and when I need to. Right, let's get the grey version of the chat box going. Please just do what I'm asking you to do, thank you. Yeah, it needs to be it's going to have to be like a darker, a very, very dark grey. Because otherwise that's not going to work out. Yeah, now I can probably do a slightly lighter grey. Yes. I need to factor in the fact that the chat messages, of course, are going to be on a white, which means it will need to have well, it needs to show up the white is the crucial one. Just copy and paste that. Should work rather nicely. Now we just need to fill in these two gaps here with the same background, probably a different colour. I don't know what colour that would be. But ideally, I want something that's relatively neutral. But I don't want it to be grey again. We could, I suppose it doesn't have to be neutral, I suppose. We could do it bright pink, but I don't know if I want bright pink. Maybe just white. Yeah. Yeah, I can probably get behind that, and then maybe keep the other one the same white. The layer style so that they are the same. Extra BG 01 I suppose, and extra BG 02. There we go. Right, get rid of that note. because I don't need that anymore, and then get rid of that, and get rid of that, and lo and behold, still potentially classified as a work in progress, but I think, by George, I think we might have an overlay. So let's grab that, PNG it, and we'll call it the Mark 1 because I like Iron Man, so all of my things have to be a Mark something. Trying to think of a famous Mark now, and I can't. Right, cool. Well then, this means the arts whole part of this is pretty much over. So we're going to ditch that. Don't need that folder open. That's that, and that's that. That's that, and I don't need that open. So it's going to be a fairly brief, going to be a relatively brief amount of the Avengers game, but as I did technically promise a little bit of Avengers game, we will have a little bit of the Avengers game. So Avengers, ding 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 ding. Bear with me while I actually sort a lot of this out. What we want to do is copy that because it's every now and again it doesn't work, but you know, you do hope sometimes that it will. Could you? Are you not gonna? If I do that, are you gonna? No. Oh, there we go. Okay. Finally it worked. Right, what I want is an image. Yes, add the image source. Avengers overlay. Browse to get to the Avengers overlay. Ding and ba-ding, there we go. It is now showing as it should. It is live, it is showing exactly what I need, and now I flip back. This is basically where I'm copying and pasting existing elements. That's why it's constantly transitioning between things. Right, at this point we want the alert, but whoops, that is why you lock things. So let's lock that layer for now while I'm fiddling. Every day I'm fiddling, every day I'm fiddling. Oh, that they are, fuck me. The ones I didn't think were locked are locked, and the ones I didn't realise were not locked are... I hate this fucking system. It's such a pain in the arse. So it's something like that, and then I'll need to translate the fucking thing. No, don't do that. Transformation. There we go. Edit transformation, and now... that's it. That's where we want to go. In that direction, and now... No, that's the wrong direction. In this direction. There we go. And now... So... Oh, I see. I see. You're possibly deliberately, but then again, maybe it's accidental. It is bullshitting me. That's fine. That's probably a good enough position. That's acceptable enough. So lock that down, and now unlock the chat box. So we can place the chat box up here. And now let's try transforming the chat box. Edit the transformations. I suppose I actually need to try and get more of a size adjustment going, something like that. We're just fiddling with numbers, we're fiddling with numbers. I must admit, from a distance at 160p, that overlay actually looks quite good. Which I don't know. That might not. You do realise that might not be the best of ways of looking at that, don't you? What it's what the fact that I'm saying it looks good if it's at 160p from a great distance. Yeah, I'm not sure that's classified as something that looks good, that's classified as something that's shit. But still, as I say, in my little preview stream, there we go. With a bit of luck, that looks alright there. Oh, trusting beyond trusting, yes, because spelling is unnecessary. Outside the arts hole, we play with our Avengers. Inside the arts hole, we still play with our Avengers. Cool beans. That's looking okay. Super. Right, I'll tell you what else I might add. So let's lock down that chat box because we don't need that. But let's try and find... it's probably best to do it... Yes, it might be better if we grab that. That's it. Done. Back here. Then do that. 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 And then I don't know what the fucking size I want it to be, but probably not huge. So we'll try something like that. That's too small. It depends on where I actually want to put it. I suppose, this will be interesting. Well, let's test it. So we want the height to remain about 100. But maybe the width to be about 200. No, that's... Yeah, what we want is yeah, that's probably closer to maybe 50. Playing with numbers, it is such fun. That's why we always do it. It makes us fun people. As I had loosely suspected, this is just a daft way of doing this, but we're doing it. We are doing it. I just kind of, I don't know. I think it's probably going to look silly, which is a problem, but we'll find out soon enough, I'm sure. I see, that was a weird thing to have up there, but not a huge problem. Right, so we're probably going to want to maybe try 175 on the height. Yeah, I'll probably do. Right, and now finally one more. This so is not worth it, but there you go, we're having it. We're gonna give it a go, see what happens. As 03. Right, pop that in, and now maybe something closer to sort of 200 by 200. See if that's what we're after. Not quite. Probably closer to maybe 175. Maybe 225. There is I'm sure there is a scientific way of doing this that's not, maybe about this, maybe about that, but I mean, I can't be bothered. Say it up by eye once and then fuck it, that'll do. Really, you do know that's not how you're supposed to do these things. Yeah, you say that. Lock, 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 and now, yeah, I think if we pop all of them in a little folder, so Avengers overlay, perfect, and now that's not in existence, so I can't actually move it, so let us test Now this is the point in time where it all goes horribly wrong because it looks fucking despicable, but never mind. We'll see what happens. We'll use a bunch of them, why not? We'll use a couple of them and a little bit of paint. Let's see what fucking happens. Oh yeah, bouncy bouncy. Ah, it was a bit disappointing, but not terrible. Let's try seeing what happens again. They exist, and sometimes that is simply good enough. Oh, I clearly scared someone off because apparently there was four people watching. But now there's only 3 again, so someone came in and went, not for me, which is fairly standard practice. Right, I think it's time to actually get some gameplay. This is the point in time where I discover that the game doesn't fucking want to work, which is highly likely. There we go, that's where I want you, that's where I want you, that's where I want you. Let's make sure we've got the YouTube chat available. And now let's start the game and see if all is well and all will work. I don't know, because I'm a Burke. Right, it's a time to play the game. That went from the game to the Avengers quite swiftly, which is quite impressive, I think, personally. Right, it's not quite the right size yet, but that's not a problem. I suspect it's going to kick up a fuss when I start fiddling, so we'll let it load. We'll let it load, let itself get settled. Go on, Avengers, you get yourself fucking settled, yeah? And then we can have a crack at trying to figure this shit out, can't we? What I will do is I will just shrink it down slightly so that it's in the corner. But, oh, do you know what? That's actually 3 hours work, but nonetheless, this is the point where it will hiccup and sputter. But for 3 hours work, I told you hexagons, didn't I say hexagons? 3 hours work. That's actually not looking bad as a starting point. As I say, there are sort of extra elements that I have thought of about what I might do to improve it, but outside of that, I think maybe, yeah, we probably want to line it up to about, I know about that line. That line there. What line? That line there. I'm telling you to do it, that line there. Oh, it's a fucking outrage. And just shrink it in a bit there. Shrink. I could shrink it down a bit more. Because I could do it being a bit. No, I don't want to play. I don't want to play properly. That's fine. We'll have to do it. Do it the hard way. No, we're gonna have to do it the really hard way. The bloody thing won't work properly. Fuck you, world. Fuck you. Transform. Edit transform. Hey, that's it. Oh, it's a fucking outrage. I suppose technically we know it should be about 15 with a free line. So we know it's 18 by 18. There you go, perfect. And now... now I just want to shrink it down slightly. I hope I can do that via this, and if we pop that back to there, I want that, thank you. You can post emotes if you so choose. The only reason I was because I was testing my areas, as it were. Yes. Yeah, it should be fine. There you go. See, they pop up in different areas all over the place. I'm not sure I like that. Not sure I like that 100%, but it's not the worst. It's not the worst. I think the terrible one is the tiny thin slither is just too thin. It's just too thin for the settings I've got on that app. But okay, so I think we're roughly set. we're at least set to have a go playing the Avengers. So we want to go into the Avengers initiative. If you do plan on playing this game, I will warn you now, there may be slight spoilers ahead. There may be spoilers ahead. There may be spoilers, oh spoilers, and cars attached to those spoilers. Nothing too major, because I'm just gonna randomly play the game. Oh, he's shown his little face again. About 5 minutes before he goes for his lunch. Dinner, I suppose, technically. But ahoy, what's this then? It's the Avengers. The Avenger bus is coming. It's going to New Jersey. We're gonna do some stuff. Well, I assume some stuff, unless it crashes, which would be unfortunate. But there you go, it's possible. So, yeah. I mean, basically, you've missed the Arts Hole and the Avengers. So, yeah. Anyway, as I say, there may be some spoilers, but unlikely. Okay, here's the fun glitch. I say fun glitch. It's still a glitch, and it still shouldn't be there. But it's of all the glitches, it's mildly amusing. I'm Captain Dirt America. Dirt America. What's happening to my skin? Oh God, the eyeball. So yeah. This shouldn't exist. Just as a fundamental statement of fact, that shouldn't have been allowed to get into the game. As much as it amuses me, it shouldn't have gotten into the game. It's shocking that has gotten into the game. Well, that's unfortunate. I imagine I'm assuming, are you going to put that in your Discord? Because that would be information more than just me and Oni would need. So I'm glad you're telling us, but you do need to tell everybody else as well, I think. But those eyes are proper fucking special. They are special eyes. Oh, special eyes! I think we can probably ditch that and that. Oh dear, my computer is in full-fledged I don't like it mode, because I'm trying to play a high-end game with it streaming. So if it does suddenly go off, that might be why. Oh, I mean, that is 78. No, I should probably keep that, but I don't know. See, this is the fundamental issue with this sort of loot system that they've got going on in this one. No, I think we can still get rid of that. Basically, I don't know. I just look at it and go, is that number slightly higher? That number looks slightly higher. Is it an acceptable number? Yeah, it'll do. Right, what do we want to do here? I rarely block, which is my fault, not the game's fault. So, but no, I think we do need to fill. At this point, I'm just sort of filling in the gaps. I've got most of the abilities I really like doing. So, who is Lady Stretchington? That is Miss Marvel, or Ms. Marvel, Kamala Khan. I can technically show her off a little bit more by actually accessing the character. Change hero. That's probably the easiest way. Yes, so the heroes you've got at the moment, you've got Black Widow, which is her. She's there. You've got Captain Dirt America. My eyes. In his normal outfits, that doesn't happen. You've got the Mighty Thor. You've got the Incredible Hulk. The camera has to zoom out. He is so incredible. And then you've got, of course, Iron Man. I am Iron Man. I am Iron Man. And then, as specified, you have Ms. Marvel, aka Kamala Khan, who is basically, she's kind of the fundamental linchpin of the entire story. I won't detail the story, but essentially, you for the most part, you play as her, and she sort of unites the team together again, and it's, you know, it's a fun enough story. I think she's relatively newish I think the reason why she's called Ms. Marvel is because she's a fangirl of Captain Marvel. And then she becomes an Inhuman via Terrigen gas and has the stretchy powers. And then finally, stuff happens and she becomes an Avenger. Although, having said that, she becomes an Avenger in this. I don't know whether she technically becomes an Avenger anywhere else. But let's... I kind of need to have some dinner at some point in the not too distant future. So I'll probably not do a huge amount here. So I will just be Iron Man. Let's see. Is there something... I suppose there might be something useful I can do. I suppose I could try and do that. That would get me along the lines, but these are a pain in the arse. So for start, no, +6. +6 is too high. It's too high. I don't know. Maybe I can get away with a +6. But it's elite as well. Fuck. I wonder if I'll get some friends. Friends! Help me, friends! I doubt it, though. Oh, that's a new odd glitch. I'm not going to lie, that one is probably more my computer going, "Are you fucking shitting me? You want me to stream this? For fuck's sake! I can't. You're a cunt and I can't." And I did get a friend. Friend Mav. I've got a friendly Captain America. Iron Man, fuck yeah! Now see, for me, my boy is definitely Hulk. But I can't deny the most fun gameplay I've had in this game is Iron Man. Because as I was explaining to people earlier on, it is hilarious fun just flying in, launching a shitload of rockets, popping flares and shooting out of there again, and then turning round and doing it again. Just launching missile after missile. Captain Britain's the best. Oh dear. If I don't know if that's sarcasm or not, but Captain Britain does exist. He does actually exist. He is a thing. So I don't know if you knew that or not. I don't. You know, feel free to correct. Feel free to state. No, I did know that. I was saying that deliberately because I know he exists. That's fair enough. But yeah, he truly does actually exist. Captain Britain is a character. I think he is Marvel. Fairly certain he's Marvel. I don't know if there's other captains of other countries. I don't know if there was ever like a Captain Germany, or a Captain Russia. I doubt it, to be honest. But nonetheless, there was actually a Captain Britain. I mean, I'm surprised we got one friend, is the honest truth. Unfortunately, this one friend is only power level 78, which means he's going to have a hard fucking time. A hard fucking time. We don't talk about Captain Germany. Yeah, I was thinking... I was suddenly thinking... When I said Captain Germany, it was like... Is Captain Germany just Red Skull or something like that? And Captain Russia, is that just the Winter Soldier? Can we? Yeah, I'm going to start the countdown because I full disclosure, we're going to lose this. Just a minor detail. I will just state the Mark 1 type armour that's clearly based on the Mark 1 from the film. That's my choice of Iron Man outfit. There is an array of different cosmetic choices that you can pick from. You can pick the sort of more well-known kind of gold and red. There's a very, very gold one, which I think was like the Midas Touch, I think it was called. Then there's the sort of the one designed specifically for this game, which is called the Stark Tech suit. And it's there's a myriad of different suits you can choose. You can even have one which this this is possibly spoiler territory, so do tune out if you don't want any spoiler whatsoever. But when you first encounter Iron Man post A-Day, I mean, there are silver ones, but none that actually have the full War Machine sort of machine guns, missile launchers, rockets out the fucking arsehole. Nothing with the equipment of War Machine, but there are some silver-based ones, which are similar, but obviously not quite. But anyway, when you first encounter Iron Man post A-Day, he is having to sort of grab bits of the suit he's been working on throughout the house. So you start off with just the gauntlet and then just the boot, you know, gauntlet and boots, and then other bits and pieces. Right, what do we need to do? Oh, I suppose, right, lost shield facility. Oh, I said, oh yeah. Oh, I must have done the basic one. Well, sorry, Captain America. This is the one slight issue with flyers. Because you can see here, Captain America, he's having to make a load of fucking effort. And I just fly. Ba-na-now, 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 ba-na-now. And then, whoo-boosh. Oh, I missed. It's a bit embarrassing. A-Day is the sort of... It was meant to be this big celebration of the Avengers. Firing rockets, firing chaff, getting the fuck out. And now as we spin round, firing rockets, firing chaff, firing off the rockets, and now we spin round again. Hopefully Captain America's caught up by now, but we'll just sort of firing chaff. Technically they're officially called flares, but I'm fairly certain one of the things was... traditionally they were called chaff. You would fire the chaff in order to sort of misguide any kind of heat-seeking stuff. But yes, I figured your food would be imminent. So yes, cheerio. Shame about your stream not being on. I'm assuming you perhaps give a reason, but, you know, technically they are your own reasons. You don't have to give a reason. Just I imagine people would be moderately intrigued as to why. Ah, just something came up. Well, you shouldn't be wanking at this sort of time of the day, and especially not, you know, not sticking it right up. I am Iron Man. I must admit, as I say, I'll probably lose this map, and then I'll be putting it away anyway. So there's not a lot left here. I spent most of it with the arts hole and developing the overlay, which came out surprisingly well. See how fun this Iron Man gameplay is. Just flying around. Bam, 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 bam. I mean, I'd like to point out I can, you know, I can engage in hand-to-hand fisticuffs if I so choose. What am I trying to do here? What's the purpose of me being here? I don't think there was a purpose of me being here. Kind of want to just skip to the end of the level, ideally, but friend, might want to do some actual stuff. Firing missiles. Yeah, I am that good. I am oh, okay, I want to avoid the Orby traps. I think we're okay, just... Oh, firing chaff just in case. I think that was a laser beam though, so laser beams are a little bit more difficult to dodge, especially with the flares, because the flares don't really do much to laser beams. Oh dear, taking a lot of heavy hits, but that's basically... Fire the rocket off where I need you to fire the rocket off, please, if you wouldn't mind. If you would be so kind. Oops, that's not the button I wanted. That's not the button I wanted. It does help if you play the game and press all the buttons you need to press to actually do the thing you're trying to do. What I'm trying to find... Oh, I see. I need to somehow open this. It's one of those... Can't find the switch. Oh well, I can open this chest, that'll do. That's fine. Just open this chest. And then somehow there's going to be a method for opening that area. I just don't know where it is. I don't know how much I can be bothered to actually find it. I should be able to open that. I think I've got plenty of DNA locks for that sort of thing. But yeah, there should... Traditionally, there's sort of a method of opening these things. I just don't know what it is. Where's my captain friend? My captain friend is sort of doing that. I wonder if it's just defeat all the enemies around here, because there is one enemy left here. What I'll do is I'll swoop in and... This is the move I really like. The thrust a rocket in his chest, and he flies away like a firework. It's good fun. I enjoy that one. Aha! Has that opened? That has opened. Now I just need to find the treasure chest. Why the Avengers are looking for treasure chests, I do not know. Is it up? Well, why is Cap down? What's Cap doing down? Where is Cap? Oh, I think they've dealt with the problem. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I'm trying to do here. I don't think the treasure chest I'm looking for exists. Cool. So where's friend? Friend, where you going? Where you going, friend? I don't know. Have you moved on? Have you moved on? Where? Oh, there. Where the fuck are you? Oh, you're down here. Fucking hell. What's down here that's kicking the shit out of you? Oh, a cryotronic exo. That would do it. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What can the matter be? 3 fat ladies are stuck in the lavatory. Oh shit, I'm down now as well. Didn't dodge out the way in time. Okay. Firing multi-rockets. Firing... Oh, bollocks. By the time I'd spotted the red warning label, I had already fucked it. That's fine. As I said, this is surprisingly difficult game. That was one of the crucial things that I found when I started this game. It genuinely slightly surprised me at quite how difficult it can be, and sometimes in a good way, sometimes in a bad way. Unfortunately, it's one of those where sometimes it can have these sort of awkward, annoying difficulty spikes that are just stupid, and then other times it can actually feel like, okay, this is fair, this is fine. This you know. The difference between sort of like you fucking it up and the game being an obnoxious turd. But yeah, sometimes, as I say, it does surprise how truly difficult it actually can get. But luckily, with Iron Man, a lot of that difficulty is mitigated, because you can fly around launching missiles. And let's be honest, if you can fly around launching missiles at people as a solution to your problems, that is going to solve your problems. Pop! I think he died. Yeah, fairly certain he died. Let's go collect that. Hopefully my friend won't die while I'm fiddling. I need you to perish. Thank you. Right, at this point, it'd probably be quite useful. Are you a dude? You're an enemy dude, yes. Basically, with this build of Iron Man, you do have some variety of options. Not quite enough variety for my taste. I think it would have been nice to be able to change out the full loadout of abilities, let alone just adjusting the abilities. But I'm kind of dedicated to rockets in this Iron Man build, so I have everything kind of related to the rockets. Power boosted rockets, aim specialization rockets, just rockets. It's all about the rockets, and not the raccoon, just specifically the thing that explodes. Although having said that, considering the amount of explodey things that Rocket Raccoon likes, you know, fucking he is very much a explodey man. Right, I think we've pretty much dealt with that situation, so let's deal with... Whoops, that's not the fucking... Sometimes. Multi-rocket burst. Single rockets are usually more potent, but obviously multi-rockets you can sort of have a fiddle with over there. Ah, there it is. Right, come here. Come here. Why can't I... Oh. Please let me. Thank you. Thought it had broken even more than usual. Right, here we go. The location of the shield bunker. Captain... Captain? Captain, my captain? Oh, you're here. Captain, my captain. Good lad. Good lad. Did you want to rescue? No? No, let's go. Vault? Vault, please? No? No? Yes? Vault? Vault? That's it. Get in the vault, then. Get in the vault, boy. Get in the vault, boy. Good boy, good boy. Come in the vault. Come in the vault. Good lad. Get in the vault. That's it. Just corralling the individual. You can do a little emote as well, which is quite fun. That's another system that I think they could have improved upon. You've got the down button. I chose that emote, mostly because it was just one of the more expensive ones. But yeah, look. Whoa. But what I think you could do with, because at the moment you can only equip one emote, which means I'm just stuck going like that forevermore if I want to emote. I suppose technically I don't have to emote. Not many people do. I've found an awfully large volume of people online just go, no, no, I will not emote back to you. You stood there, especially a lot of them have a wave emote. Like I had a wave emote from Hulk, and I was stood there waving at people going, hello, I'm waving. Fuck all. Fuck all. Nobody was interested in waving back to me. Bastards. But anyway, what I think they should do is push down to access a rotating, you know, one of those sort of circular rotary type menus, and then you hold the right analog stick to get the emote you want. That would be a vastly superior system, I think, personally. Take the repulsors, oh yes. Now I'll do this indeed. So yeah, with Iron Man, just in case you're particularly interested, you have, eventually, you do have to unlock all of these by levelling up, but eventually you do have... Oh shit, you little bastard. You do have 3 options as Iron Man. You have the repulsors, which go... Boosh, boosh, and then you have the lasers, which go... Wah, whoop. And then, of course, you have my personal favourites, the rockets, which go... Whoosh, boosh. Other combat options, Unibeam! Again, you can customise the Unibeam somewhat. My Unibeam is based pretty much all on just power. I add the oh shite. I add the oh shite. That's right. I add the oh shite. I add the repulsors to my Unibeam in order to. Annoyingly, they have kind of shut down my entire Iron Man strategy, which is a problem. But there you go. Especially here, because annoyingly, we have to stay in this sort of square area, which is troublesome, to say the least. Luckily, Captain Friend is... not doing anything. Okay, fair enough. It's all Miss Marvel who's doing basically everything there. I thought Captain Friend was actually helping me. Turns out he was off to the side doing fuck all. Fucking fair enough. Fair enough, mate. Sometimes choosing the right weapon for the right job is crucial to a certain extent. I think flipping around like this, activating these doodads, is reasonably beneficial. I think to have the repulsors, especially these pricks. Could you stop exploding, please? Ah, good. Code verified. Lovely. Right, so I'm assuming we're probably going to get overrun again. Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way. No, okay, I didn't get out the way. If you're in a crowd, lasers are your best friend, because you just basically... You sweep the lasers! I best get back on the point. But you can also sort of focus down the laser. I've got a sort of incrementally damaging laser. Oh, he's stunned. I can show a takedown. So you've got these fancy takedowns. Nice rocket knees. I'm going to rock your knees. And let's get stuck in with the overcharge. So now I've got sort of damn near infinite power, so I can just sort of spam a lot of my power-based moves. I do have, if I can access it, which I can't at the moment. Pow! Right in the lasers. Lasers! Okay, I've run out of my boost, so best let's get the fuck out and get a little bit of bonus health. A little bit of bonus health. A little bit of bonus health. One of my favourites is the double rear missile launch. Unfortunately, with this bloody shield nonsense... Oh, good, we win. Marvellous. Well, do you know what? We're actually doing surprisingly well. I think maybe the enemies were toned down for me based on them trying to average it out for Captain Friend. Whoops, I'm trying. Flying in close quarters is not as easy as you might think. Where is number one? Where is number one? Where is number one? Where is number one? Where is number one, son? Where is number one, son? Or are we after number 5? Oh no, we are not. No, we're after number 1, son. We're after number 1, son. Number 1 is round this corner. Number 1 is round this corner. Hey! Dink. Alright, number 5. Number 5. Where is number 5? Johnny 5 is alive. Oh, yes, he is. Oh, Johnny 5. Where is Johnny 5? He's just here. Dink, dink. Code number 4. Hey, buddy! Fuck you. The reason why that's quite good is it's got a knockback effect. Fuck, fuck, fucking assholes. Fuck, fuck, fucking assholes. Fucking assholes, fucking assholes, fucking assholes. They basically run at you and explode. It's a pain in the arse hole. It's a pain in the arts hole, actually. Because arts hole sounds like arsehole. If you didn't understand the gag, I've now spoon-fed it to you. Right, as this is the last round, I happen to know it's the last round. Hulkbuster! So his ultimate is the Hulkbuster. He calls down the Hulkbuster. One thing I really like about the Hulkbuster, which I found out recently, you get the spammy fists. Which is essentially, if you know the movie, it was Age of Ultron, I believe. Was it? Yes, it was. I absolutely adored that fight, and especially the line where he starts rapidly punching Hulk in the face with this sort of rapid-fire punch, and he goes, "Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep." And I like that line, and I am so pleased. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. It doesn't last long if you... Well, I suppose it lasts okay if you don't spam it. Bow! Another takedown. Marvellous. Those takedowns, I've got 3 of them. They are sort of on a random loop. Oh, that's the laser beam. That's fine. I can use the laser beam. It just wasn't quite what I was expecting. Missiles is more what I was expecting. Oh, you bastard. Ah, you bastard. Yeah, he just sort of came at me with great pace. And there was very little I could do to stop him. But I can now. Unibeam! You want to see my Unibeam? You want to see my maximum charge? Heavy lasers. I may need to take flight in a moment. Heavy lasers. Do a couple of double dodges. Lasers. Oh, I think we win. Marvellous. Hey, I'm going to say it now. I'm legitimately surprised that we won that because the enemies felt like they were going to be too tough. But I think I may have actually got semi-decent at being Iron Man. Because I've played a lot of Iron Man. A lot of Iron Man. Probably, some would say, too much Iron Man. I think maybe you should stop playing Iron Man and maybe play someone else. That is generally the plan. Lasers! And now loot! Best things in the world. Lasers and loot. Pick up that, pick up that. Just wait my turn. That's the one unfortunate thing. Just there you go, cat. Marvellous, lovely. Let me have it. Have a go at the chest. If 2 people are after a chest at the same time, you do find yourself in this unfortunate predicament of after you. Fair enough. After you, sir. That's fine. That's no problem. After you. I'm fine waiting. Right, superb. We win. Cool. Well, that heads me in the right direction. So that's at least... Wow! Two whole lots of actual fucking progress. Lovely little overlay. Check. Desert Vault Elite. Check. It's been a good afternoon. Don't crash. Don't crash. Don't you do it. Thank you. It didn't crash. It's been a good afternoon. Right, I'm going to leave that strike team immediately because I do want to grab some dinner and I need to stop playing the game, essentially. Right, one thing I will show you just quickly. I will pop into the cosmetics, and here you go, a myriad of Iron Men. I didn't know I owned that one, but I do. So here's the Star Booster armour. That might give you some clue as to where you go at some point. Midas. It's just gold. I like gold. Probably Taco Bell is my plan. I plan on having a takeaway. It might change, but at the moment my mind is fairly set on the old Mexican Taco Bell. That's a bit more traditional style. Very traditional. That's the prototype, which is the silvery sort of one. The obsidian one, I think that was a bonus one from the game, from the sort of buying the deluxe thing. That's his iconic armour, which is what you sort of start with. That's the one where he's sort of piecing it together as best he can. So you can see it's just got like bits and bobs. Then that's the Stark Tech one, which is kind of the game's primary design one. Vapor Trail I kind of liked. It's quite garish, but it's got a little bit... whereas the Midas is full-on gold, the Vapor Trail has a little bit of the strips of red, which I think tones it down a little bit. The one I'm currently rocking is the Iron Will, which I quite like. And then this one I've never even seen, but it's kind of cool. Liquid Cool. I do quite like the blue. I might rock this one for a little bit. Play as Iron Man in Liquid... What was it actually officially called? Was it Liquid Blue? Or Liquid Cool? Liquid Cool, baby. That one looks quite interesting, doesn't it? The Original Sin. Ooh. Black and gold. It's sexy as fuck. But yeah, you've got a myriad, as I say, a myriad. So most of them are like... So there's like the chunky in blue, and then you've got essentially the chunky in black. But yeah, some of them are quite nice. And then you've got like the little basic one in blue and gold as well. I must admit, I slightly prefer the blue and silver with that one. But anyway, that was a little touch. That was a little touch of the Avengers. The Avenger boys are coming from here to San Francisco. You like that joke, don't you? Yeah, I do. I do like that joke. I enjoy the Avenger boys joke. It's fun. Oh, someone's placed something in the Library of Links. Intriguing. Ah, very intriguing. Now I'm just looking at all my messages, because I'm a professional. Yeah. Oh, marvellous. The moment I start sort of like just looking in one chat window, I start looking at all of them. But yes, it is very similar. That is a very similar glitch, it would seem. But yeah, I mean, it... As I say, like, it is, at the end of the day, unacceptable that they released that skin with that level of strange deformity to it. But it's one of those glitches that is just amusing enough to let slide. But then again, there's a lot of other issues with the game, crashing, etc., that sort of makes you go, no, it's more on the unacceptable side than the amusing side. But as I say, fundamentally, I've found the game quite entertaining. As I say, when you get into the game and you're playing it, like I was just there, it's fun. Being Iron Man is fun. They have made the characters and the controls and the way of playing the game great. All the characters, personally, I think all the characters feel sufficiently different that it's interesting, but also they run on suitably the same systems that you can just flick between the characters willy-nilly and you'll be okay. Mastering them, of course, would need focus, but you can just go, oh, I'll try this character, I'll try this one, I'll be this one, now I fancy this one, now I'll be this one, etc, etc. You can flit between all of them however you so choose, and you don't stand a huge disadvantage because the fundamental core is the same, but each character still manages to hold just that little bit of a different way of playing. and I think that makes the gameplay very satisfying. It's a shame there's a lot of sort of shit around that doesn't satisfy, but the gameplay itself very, very pleasant and very enjoyable. Anyway, much like on previous occasions, there's no end sort of video for Art's Hole, nor Avengers, so it's just really look at the overlay, look at it, love it, look at it and love it, and I do genuinely. I realise it's a bit sort of, oh yeah, fucking go on then, fucking blow your own trumpet a bit more, why don't you? But it's actually come out a lot better than I'd envisioned, and that's the bit that impresses me. It might still be shit, but it's better than I envisioned, and that's enjoyable to me. I like that fact. It's good. Especially, I think it was I always knew I wanted them sort of slightly over the comic panels, and then slightly under, and slightly over, and slightly under. But what I managed to achieve with that is actually, yeah, very, very pleasing. I think it was the Hulk's arm, getting rid of that little bit of the Hulk's arm so that the shoulder is under, and Captain America's shield is over. They're the two that really magnifique. Anyway, I will be getting some dinner now, and then everybody else can do something else. Holy fucking ball bags! I've got 5 viewers. Wonders will never cease. Hey, real people, show us your hands. By hands, I don't really know what I mean by show us your hands. Find a hand emote. Ah, there's a hand emote. The power up emote. Show us your hands. Hands up. Real people, hands up. Real people. That'll do. That's a hand and it's up. You don't really want a hand up, but nonetheless, that is a hand and it's up. So, real people, put your hands up, baby. Real people, put your hands up, yeah. Hey, another titty viewer, I don't think you are real. A10, you might be, so hello. Commander Root, I don't think so. See ya, SquarePants, I know that you are real. So hello to you, first killer. It's difficult to say, but it's plausible. Although your account was only made a couple of days ago, it's not impossible that you're not a real person. Get affiliated now. Probably not a real person. Let's do this. _streamers. Unlikely, but plausible. Hey lurks, what you doing? You lurking? So I think you are a bot indeed. Princess League. It's plausible. Princess League, yes, it's very plausible. Hello to you. Are you a real person? Princess League. Princess League. Are you a real person, Princess League? The saddest kitty. Again, a super new account, so probably not a real person, but maybe, 'cause it's not an unreasonable username. So hello to you as well. Nope, nobody else apart from Onibushu has put their hand up. Oh yeah. No. I mean, I was always technically planning on finishing it earlier. So what we're going to do is, yeah, go on. I will dump you into the loving arms of Robotron because he's funny and he's doing the dark room. So that's fun. The dark room is very entertaining. So we'll start a raid. So hopefully people will join the raid and then enjoy Mr. Robotron. He, as I say, very entertaining. And I'm going to go off for my dinner. Right. Raiding in... At some point, I do plan on trying to build a raid video so that I can actually have like a little siren, sort of hazard hazard tape. That's what I'm trying to get to. Hazard tape sort of flicking along, and a little sort of light in the middle. But anyway, let's go raiding now.
Thank you. Now, would you like to drop more things down there? Your options are yeah and 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.